Hey, welcome back to another episode of Coaching with Marco. I'm really excited to have Damian Garcia here.
You guys ready?
Yeah!
You guys ready?
Yeah!
1 round 3.
1, 2, 3,
Whisper! You guys ready?
Yeah!
Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
1 round 3.
1, 2, 3, whisper!
I've known him since we were kids. Really excited. I honestly believe probably the best young coach that we have in our club, and just a genuine person. So much experience that he brings as a player and now as a coach, taking it to a whole nother level. Damon, how are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Excited?
Sunday, I'm excited. Thank you for having me here. Blessed to be here. It's a good opportunity to spread the word for coaches like myself that been in the game, been around this community. It's a good way to expose more of your channel to the community, and not only the community, for everyone that wants to just stay connected with football, and especially Woodburn FC. So.
Oh yeah. Damon, we're gonna go to your 16s. I know we were talking literally right before we started this interview. Finishing your second year with them, huh?
Second year, so this is actually my first full year with them.
Yeah.
My first year, I came in late, and to be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to be a coach.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be a coach. I got a phone call one day by your assistant, actually, Damian.
Yeah, Damian, I remember.
Damien, he just, because I know Damian, I played basketball with him, but played against you as well. He just called me one day and asked me if I wanted to play, if I wanted to coach, because I know the game so well. I played it and grew up in the environment. So, give me a phone call, and he's like, "Hey, man, catching up," and we decided just to talk about football.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I ever consider coaching. I was like, I don't know, man. Coaching's not really my thing, I don't think I got the patience, but I'll think about it. As time went on, I was thinking about it here and there, but I always told myself that I didn't want to coach because I wanted to coach my son. I have a 4-year-old son. My thing was I want to be his first coach. I want to coach him.
Yeah.
But looking back at it, I'm just like, dang, you know what? I'm glad I took the opportunity of coaching early, so now when I coach my son, I know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing was just being a dad instead of a coach. But now I can be a coach and a dad, which is it's cool.
It's a healthy balance of both.
Yeah, and not only that, you actually motivated me to coach as well, because I would run into you, because I would go watch your guys' games. And I was like, damn, I think I should. I should. And then I remember running into you, and you actually helped me out make my decision in becoming a coach. So shout out to you, Damian. Shout out to you, Marcos.
Thank you
for encouraging me to coach, and that's where I'm at now.
The 16s, man, but they are balling out. You guys are doing a good thing, and you know what makes it good, Damian, too, that you're on your second season or going into your second full season, is that you get to see the development stages where the first year you had some bumps in roads, and it goes back to what you were saying, God willing, we get there. Once you coach your son, you're gonna understand there's gonna be those little hurdles where it's kind of like, hey, we just trust the process, you continue to go. Right now, what's it called? Finishing OASA season. I'm sure you have some big plans for the 16s, but tell me more about that.
My first full year with them, I had big plans. I want my boys to compete. I wanted the boys to compete. And when I first started coaching, I came with the winning mindset. And playing and coaching is two different things. So I came in as a player instead of coming in as a coach. And as my time went on as coaching, I started learning about the whole development, instead of winning. Winning's gonna come after, but development comes first. And I feel like the first year that I had with my 16s, I wanted to challenge them. So we played in 10 tournaments last summer, and my boys did really well. And it was crazy because I saw the potential that they have, and it just got me more excited. And wanted them to push for more, you know what I'm saying? So this year, instead of doing the 10 tournaments like we did last year, we're focusing on really, really good tournaments, competitive tournaments. And we're just going to focus on the basics just to work on our craft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but from where they started till now, I'm so excited. I'm so happy how my boys develop. And I think that's the reason why I continue what I do, just because I love it. I love the grind. I love seeing the progression, and I love seeing my boys just grow.
But it's going to be exciting because you guys are going to go to 9v9.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a whole new challenge. And like I said, you're going to be able to see the development, Damon. You're going to get to that age, if you're not already seeing it, where kids are going to start putting 2 and 2 together.
Oh, yeah.
The emotions are going to come out a little bit more, you know what I mean?
I see it already.
It's so beautiful, dude.
I see it already.
And you know what makes it special, Damien, too? Okay, we're going back at it real quick, I guess, since, you know, we'll stay on this subject a little bit. I still remember when you called me about Damian. I still remember Damian. He called me. He's like, hey, bro, you know Damian? And I was like, obviously you're not talking about yourself, but I thought he was talking about you. And I was like, Garcia, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. So he told me that. I recall, I don't know if you remember when I had called you and asked if you knew Francisco. And I knew there were some coaches that were looking, and I just felt like, man, Francisco and Damian, and Francisco is such a great person, such a great mentor. So, like I said, now seeing the working and coaching relationship that you guys have together, like not only him, but Señor Francisco too. Talk to me about that. How has that mentorship been with you, with them?
You know, it's so crazy. You know, the way I look at it, they've been in the game for so long. You know, they've been in the coaching, field for a while now. They're real respected here in Woodburn. And when you actually told me to reach out to them, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I didn't know who they were until I started getting to know them more. And it's funny because, quick note, I played with their cousin. So Francisco's cousin, Cesar Ramos, that was my teammate. And I guess senior Francisco and Francisco, they would go to the games, our games, and I didn't even know. Without even knowing.
And the universe connects everything.
So it's crazy. So like, just knowing that, I'm just like, dang. So in a way we were connected, but you know, when I made that first phone call to him, right away he welcomed me open arms. And he told me, he's like, hey, come to a practice and tell me what you think. You know, I think we have a special group for you, because at the time they were coaching two to three teams.
I recall.
2 to 3 teams, and in my head I thought I was just gonna be an assistant, and they gave me the keys to take over my own team, which to me I was like, dang, I'm new to this. But being under their wing, man, like they took me in, and they're just great mentors. Great mentors. I have such a good relationship with them. They don't consider me as friends, they consider me as family. You know, which is awesome, because like we were just strangers and now we're just so close. All three of us. And working with them is great, man. Like I'm learning every day. If I have questions, I call them. If I have any concerns, I reach out to them. They're just good people to be around with. And honestly, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at now. So again, it goes back to thanking Dame for giving me the opportunity to coach at Woodburn FC, and not only that, be with 2 of the best coaches. Being with them is it's amazing, man. I love it. I enjoy it, and I'm learning. I'm learning a lot from them. You
guys do such an amazing job. I mean, you've seen it with me. Like, I think when you collaborate well with coaches, it brings a stronger teams plural, because it's not just your team that benefits, but that collaboration is key. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's always needed, but like when you do have it, it's such a luxury, because you have not only people who support each other, but then you have minds that are working well together to get the best, and the ones who ultimately win are the kids. And like I said, when I see you guys collaborate all the time together, like I said, even to this day, I need advice. I never shy away from calling Francisco. You know what I mean? También senior too, and like I said, I've always said they're pillars to the community. So seeing them work with you, like it's amazing. I think we're a great trio, in my opinion, just because we're always picking each other's brains. You know? Francisco Senior will have an idea. Francisco would have an idea. I would have an idea. In some way, somehow, we just put it, mesh it all together, which is kind of nice. And like, what I love about it the most is that the 2 teams that we have, we call it our teams. It's not, it's my team or Francisco's team. Our team. Like, we work so well together that, you know, we're always including each other, you know what I'm saying, no matter what. When all of you guys put in the same work and you guys collaborate well, as you said, the me goes away and it always turns into that we. You know, upside M back to that W, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, let's put a pause to the coaching for a little bit. Obviously, playing career. Dude, that can be a whole episode on its own. But I wanted to talk basis a little bit. Obviously, people who are watching who may not know, if you want to give me a brief, details about your upbringings in the youth development programs and all that you played for?
Man, I can say so much. I can say so much because I miss it. I still think about it. I think about it every day just because that was my childhood. Yeah. Kids nowadays, iPads, tablets, toys, gaming. That wasn't me. Growing up was I just wanted to play. Yeah. That's all I knew. I was literally outside every day playing rain, shine. Yeah. I just wanted to play, and that's it. I started playing when I was 3 years old, and man, I can still remember when I first kicked the ball for the first time. I knew what I wanted.
Real quick, that it gives me pleasure seeing, and God willing, like I said, I'm happy we've been this long. I can actually say I recall being at your grandparents' house and you playing with the ball outside at such an early age too, brother. So
yeah, no, parties, Thanksgiving, everything. I was outside. I just wanted to play. I played when I was 3, and I started in Woodburn actually. So that's the reason why I came back here to coach, because came where I started. I'm originally from Tualatin, but my grandparents lived in Woodburn, so I spent a lot of time in Woodburn just because all my friends were here, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up playing soccer here in Woodburn, or football, respectful. Francisco's getting on me on that. Playing here. So I started with the team called Bulldogs, R.I.P. Gonzalo. Gonzalo was
I remember Gonzalo.
Yeah, he was a hell of a coach as well, and just like how Francisco is, Gonzalo was like that, the OG, you know what I'm saying? So I started playing with Gonzalo, then I worked myself up playing with a couple teams in Woodburn. Got picked up by Morelia and Salem, and that was actually where competitive started for me, just because
what age was that?
I was probably U10, U9.
Okay, definitely.
But growing up, I was always playing a year older. So when I was 6, I was playing against 9-year-olds. I always wanted to challenge myself, and I love the game so much because that's all I wanted to do. And I feel like I wasn't, not trying to sound like cocky or anything, I just felt like I wasn't at the same level at my own age, so I always wanted to better myself, challenge myself, and that's why I always played older, and got me the experience to actually get picked up by the Timbers Academy in high school, which was pretty cool. But my club, my pathway to football was Woodburn, Westside Metros in Beaverton, Timbers Academy, and played a couple of semi-pro teams. And played college as well. Played 2 years in college.
What college?
Clark College. I went to college. No, I had a couple offers to go outside of state, but I'm such a homebody that I wanted to play in front of my family. So I played in Clark College. It wasn't that far from home, so it was nice to have my friends and my families watch me play.
What would you say was one of your highest moments where you're like, man, if you could, I know there's just a lot of memories, but what is one of the top ones that you could be like, man, that's one of my favorite core memories of my youth career?
So when I played for Arsenal, I had a bunch of my best friends play, and we were going through a slump because we would always make it to the finals, and we just couldn't get the job done, you know what I'm saying? So 4 or 5 of my starters from the team that I was playing on that would always make it to the finals, just couldn't win, they went to another team. And it left me with one of my good buddies that was a starter as well, and we didn't run from the grind. We were like, okay, cool, like if they left to a better team, good for them. We're just gonna keep on working hard what we have here. I remember that summer that we played against them. So I was with Arsenal, Woodburn Arsenal, and we played against was it Eagles? Yeah, Eagles. Southside. Yeah, no, they were just called Eagles. They were another Hispanic team, so that was like
that's what they call it.
That was just those. I mean, when you have a bodio game, it's there's a lot of emotions. It's personal. You know what I'm saying? And they were always the ones to beat us. You know what I'm saying? But again, I came from a family that we always worked hard no matter what. We worked what we had. We never ran away from the grind. So that game, we were just fighting till the end. We're fighting to the end. I know it was 3-3 heading to overtime. They scored on us and we tied it 4-4. It was tied. Overtime comes around. It was a high scoring game, but it was a lot of back and forth. And it was like any team could advance, you know what I'm saying? Any team could advance that game. It was like in the summer of July. 99, 100 degrees plus the turf. It was hot. It was hot, and we didn't have any subs. You know, because we got a couple players that were hurt. Because since it's a physical game, it was just we're just hitting each other. You know what I'm saying? Overtime, there was a play. Got a ball from Freddie Centeno. He was my other mid that I grew up with. Gave me a ball through 2 defenders, and I was running. I was tired. We were tired. Keeper was coming out, and I saw the keeper was coming out. 20 yards out, I had a defender on my left side. Keeper was coming out. I had another defender coming on my right side, and I just chipped it. I shot it because I was like, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game. And I got hit. So when I got hit, I kind of I didn't know where I shot it. I just shot it just cause. As soon as I shot it, I get tackled. Then all I hear is, and I'm like, oh snap! I woke up. It went in.
Dude.
That right there, that whole moment was just special to me, just because we had a team. We lost a good core of players of our team to another team that was supposed to win it, but we actually knocked them out. So that, to me, I took that personal, just because I was playing against 4 of my 5 of my best friends I grew up with, and being able to take them out.
Dude, that was.
That's a wholesome moment for me.
What would you say was your most difficult challenge in your youth career, or one of the most?
I'd say not having my parents there. Yeah, not having my parents there. If everybody knew, the people that know me, my grandparents, they knew my grandparents as my parents. My parents were young when they had me, but my grandparents, they were the ones that took me to all my games. Don't get me wrong, I loved having them there. But I feel like I wish I had my parents there more, just because they're your parents, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was the biggest challenge for me, because I'm very family oriented. And my grandpa, he was just like my dad.
Your grandparents are amazing.
My grandma, my grandpa, they're like my parents. But I think the biggest challenge is not having my parents there. But I used that as motivation just to keep on playing, because my thing was they're gonna see me on TV one day. You know what I'm saying? So that was my biggest thing. That would have to be my biggest challenge.
What do you think has helped you so much transition into a coaching? Because I feel like a lot of people misinterpret that, like, oh, just because you're a good player means you're going to be able to coach it, when people know it's the biggest animal. A couple of the examples that I always give, like I said, obviously I feel like I'm learning, but I didn't bring a playing background. But the one that I look at where I'm like, this is the best example is Francisco. Francisco played a different sport, and he has a mind for the game like no other. So for you, Damian, why do you believe your transition has been as good as it been, what's called so early?
The experience I had playing, and asking Francisco questions about, how can I transition from being a player to a coach? Just picking his brain. Honestly, I give a lot of. Honestly, I wouldn't be as good of a coach if it wasn't for Francisco. Honestly, I have to give all the credit to him, just because he is teaching me how to be a good coach. I'm learning a lot from him. Just like I said, if it wasn't for him and his dad, I wouldn't be where I'm at now, honestly. And
I love how humble you are, Damian, because I got to add a little comment to that. You have to thank yourself too, brother, because I feel like too, it takes a lot. It takes a good talent to be able to be coachable as a coach too. Sometimes, like I said, one thing I've loved about you is that, like I said, not saying too, because I think it's so beneficial when coaches that have a playing background, because they bring that, that empathetic, that, I can relate to you because I went through it, But like I've said, I've also seen coaches that, like, they're a hell of talent, not too good of a coach. You know what I mean? But for you like hell of a player, but are so open to feedback. And that takes a lot too, because like I said, there's people that aren't too open to feedback, and that not even criticism, but that advice and like things that you take into consideration is a huge talent to have. So.
And it's crazy that you say that, because what I learned, I saw a video, and it was about, because I'm watching videos all the time about, like, how can I become a better coach? And I not only just picking up Francisco's brain or his dad or even yourself as well. I'm doing my research as well. Just learning from other coaches. And one thing I learned was, don't ever compare yourself, or don't ever talk about what you did in the past, because that's the past. It's not. This generation is different. You know what I'm saying? So our generation, we growing up it was a lot different than it is now.
And that is so true.
You know what I'm saying? So
true.
now I kind of shy away because I could tell them, like, oh, back in my day when I played, they're like, okay, cool. And
kids don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. I'm saying so. Like now it's just more like
hit the uncle, cool.
Yeah, exactly. big bro. I'm still big bro.
Yeah.
Uncle's like 35 I'm only 29.
But you're not a kid, bro.
But yeah, all of. No, but I would say just the experience that I, the background that I have, just basically trying to teach them how they would understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell them how I want it to be done, but they're not gonna get it because my way being taught was different of me them showing, because it's just different coaching style, different learning style. Just takes time. Process. I think the biggest thing is having the kids' trust. That's the most important thing. You can tell them one thing, you can tell them another thing, they're like, oh, coach is just telling me this, that. But if you have that bond, that connection with your players, it just makes it so much easier. And just have the patience of showing them and having them become a great player by just teaching the in and outs.
And you have such a big heart, Damian, because kind of like what you said, I've seen it too, because just like you, I mean, like obviously I work with different ages and all that. As they get older, kids don't want to hear, oh, back in my day I was a baller, back in my day. But what they do want to hear is, hey, back in my day I know what you felt like. It's okay, we're gonna get over it. And that, like I said, that's one thing too, that like going back to when you started your coaching journey, Damian, and like I said, I'm so proud of you because you're finishing up, you said year 2, no? Or
my second year. Year.
One thing that I love seeing, Damian, is que you are so genuine and such a genuine person. And I always tell people, because también for me, coaching was not something I ever thought about. And now that I've been doing it for 6 years, kids are so smart.
They are.
Especially like, the age group that we started, which I know you started like ending U8, right? Those kids are smart.
Oh yeah.
They sense BS a mile away. And if they don't buy into you as a person, you won't get the most out of them. And the kids will naturally see, like, and this is a good mixture of being disciplined, being a little bit tough, and showing that love, that kids will naturally be like, man, my coach cares about me, which ultimately makes them fight a little bit harder. And like I said, Damian, you're a person who man, when you're around people, you're connecting to them, especially these kids.
My biggest thing is that I always remind my boys, I'm like, listen, when we play, don't get mad. Don't get frustrated. Just play your game. Don't get mad because the ref made a bad call or your parents are telling you this and that. Focus on playing. Let me do that. Let me handle that. Refs call something, you disagree with it, let me handle handle that. That's my job. Because if I get thrown out, I got my assistant. I got Coach Francisco, his dad, to be there. If they get thrown out, what's gonna happen? They're gonna be frustrated, get emotional, because I mean, I get it.
It's an emotional game.
You don't want to get thrown out of the game, and not only that, man, is that you want to play for your parents. You want to play in front of your parents. I tell my boys, your parents are here to watch you. They're not here to watch me. I'm just guiding you guys. I'm just trying to help you guys, play. But your parents want to watch you play, so just control your emotions. Let me do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you think? At what point did you feel like, what's it called? Oh man, I like this. Like, was it the first practice? Was it maybe a week into it, a month? How long do you think it took you? And what was that clicking moment where you're like, oh man, all right, I like this?
Before every practice, kids being excited to be there. That's my biggest thing. That's what made me stay, honestly. Having the kids, hey coach, hey coach, or just out in public. It doesn't have to be in practice. I'm just out in public. They're like, hey coach, how you doing? I'm like, like that. That made me stay. That made me want me to stay. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to stay because of that. It wasn't like because I wanted to do this. Mainly for the kids, man. Like the way I look at it is that, let's say that they're having a rough day at school, rough day at home. They come to practice and they're like,
something to look forward to.
What's up, coach? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be that person that they could go to release some type of stress, release some type of emotions that they have built up. You know what I'm saying? Just, I think that right there, just connecting with the players and having a connection with my players. That's what made me stay.
No, and one thing too, I do say, coaching is amazing. But I will say coaching Woodburn's a lot different.
Oh, definitely.
The community is so bonded with these kids, and not in a bad way, but kind of, it's more of an underdog. like with this type of coaching can't go. It can, but like it's not the same as coaching somewhere where you're kind of like, and not a bad thing, because I know there's coaches that are able to be really effective that treat it like a job. That'd be like, oh man, hey, all right, yep, my time's over. I'll see you guys in 2 days.
Yeah.
But like you said, that connection you build, where you see these kids in the community, and that excitement where like they come, they want to tell you about their day. They're excited to be like, you know, and that trust and connection that you build with those kids, that really makes that big difference. What do you think we as a community can do better? And when I mean community, I mean everybody, because it takes a village, from parents to players to coaches. Because one thing I've told a lot of people, and I don't shy away from it, and because it's true, man, Woodburn development in the early stages, we lap a bunch of teams.
Oh yeah.
But it's a marathon.
It is.
And then we get to that point where we like get that head start, and then everybody starts passing us. What do you think we could do to kind of help improve that a little bit and kind of keep that like development fall or plateau? Or if there, like I said, we're doing a good job as is, but how can we improve it?
My opinion, I'd say silence the outside noise. I feel like outside noise takes a lot of from the development of the players, and not only that, man. It's just I feel like a lot of people get comfortable, you know, and they just continue on how you say it? They just keep on continuing on like, oh, remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that, instead of just focusing on the past. Instead of let's keep on, you know, working hard for the future. I'm saying, yeah, we're good now, but we could be better later. You know what I'm saying? With the community, I would say just more involved, I guess. More involved. You know, not just only football, but like I feel like everyone should be more involved in the sports that we have here in Woodburn. Just because Woodburn's so special, man. I think it's growing. It's growing tremendously. You know, I mean, there's other places that have more success than we had, but like if people look into our background and where we started to where we're at now. I think we should have more people riding the ride instead of, you know, riding the success. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole build up to that. Because a lot of people don't want to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be like, oh, I'm from Woodburn. We did this, instead of, hey, I started from scratch in Woodburn, and I worked myself up, went through all these obstacles to be where they're at now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, they just want the piece of the cake instead of building it, you know what I'm saying? Following that, Damian, is there a way to change that, in your opinion? Starts at home. Starts at home. The people you surround yourself with, people you connect with, the people that you want to just build up with, it all starts with that. I just feel like the main thing about Woodburn is that there's a lot of competition. Instead of lifting up others, instead of you know, working together, it's like, oh, I'm better than you, and you're never gonna be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's instead of like, oh, I'm good, but I want you to be, you know, how can we be better together? How can we be both good? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of competition, a lot of egos. I feel like my message to the community is that let's continue to grow together. Let's continue. Let's work hard together. Let's continue to grow together. Put the egos away, because, you know, we're stronger in numbers. You know. No, honestly, and that's one thing too, Damian. Like, I see it too, and I like, for people who watch it, if you take offense for those comments, it's because you're the one that has the ego. Because, like I said, we all have some, right? We're humans. We're all gonna have ego at some point. But it's about like, hey, how do we, like you said, be better, not only for ourselves, but the kids in this community. And one thing for me, and I don't know if you agree, Damian, I would love to see more networking within coaches. And I feel like that's a huge area of opportunity, like you said. And I know we can be so focused because coaching not only is for the love of the game, but it's such a competitive nature sometimes. But I think sometimes, you know, like, not saying anybody in specific, but sometimes it's kind of like, well, what's in it for me? When it should never be that way, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, the development that we're doing for the kids in the community. And me personally, I think it would just be more involvement from everybody down, from the high school to the middle schools to the club. You know, to kind of be like, hey, how can we work together to help that transition to get more success together? Because from what I remember, when Woodburn won the championship for soccer, didn't they they took a trip to the middle schools to show that trophy? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they. I feel like, if I can remember, I think they did that. That's one thing what I loved about because it was cool. Just passing down the generation that's coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I remember I saw that the Whitburn High School boys, they went to
That's awesome, dude.
Fresh
Yeah,
Perry.
yeah, yeah.
They went to Fresh Perry and they were walking down the aisles and showing off the state championship trophy. That right there is a good start.
Yeah.
You know, I think they stopped doing that, but that right there, that's a good way to stay connected in the community. Just because these kids that are in middle school, they're playing and they want to be where they're at, winning a championship in high school. You know
Even
what I'm saying?
elementary, the fifth,
elementary,
fourth grade,
yeah, you know what I'm
hungry.
saying? Just I feel like if just little things like that, if they continue doing that,
Like visually see stuff, huh?
I think that's gonna motivate them and be like, oh, I remember when so and so did that when I was in middle school. I'm gonna do that when I'm in high school like them, so I could keep on, passing down the torch. You know what I'm saying?
And if you think about it, Damian, like that's one thing too. Like I still come watch it because there's kids that will come be like, hey coach, come watch my high school games. And I love watching it.
Yeah.
And I always see the jerseys. Man, those stars look beautiful. But it's kind of like, hey, what can we do more? Because there's no such thing as perfection. As you know, Damian, I feel like in the town of Woodburn for the longest time was that elusive title that we couldn't get, right? Obviously, your uncle, my sibling, what's it called? There were some dogs that came through this program that unfortunately we just came up short every single time, and then we finally got that title, and now the titles have come in, but now it's kind of like, hey, what more can we do? Like, how can we not only continue to have these titles continue to come in, but how do we build a stronger development pathway for everybody else,
Yeah, I just feel like we just gotta, I say, be role models, be leaders, and actually have a meaning behind what we do. You know what I'm saying? Not do it just cause. Oh, I'm doing this because it's gonna look good on me, or people are gonna look at me. Look at me this way. No,
I won.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just do it just because you have a big heart. Do it because you're doing it out of the love that you have for the community. You know what I'm saying? Do it just because you want to see people grow and change people's lives. I mean, that's the reason why I coach. I'm doing it just because I love my boys, and not only that, I don't coach them for football, but I coach them because I'm trying to help them be a better person in life. You know what I'm saying? I always tell my boys, school comes first. School comes first. You do your homework, do your chores, listen to your parents. Don't fight with your siblings. Be a good person not only on the field but off the field as well. Because football is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, what matters the most is being smart, being educated, and just being a impactful person in the community. That's my thing, and that's why I try to teach the boys. And I learned that from Cisco. Cisco does the same thing as well. I've seen you do it with the boys as well. I just feel like if everybody is on the same page, I feel like it's I think it'll be impactful.
And it's true, and I love that you guys do that too. When you find a special coach, that's what you'll see. I always tell, it's the model that I live for. I've always told people what I always say of my quote. It's like, you coach the behavior than the skill. And if you could teach these kids how to be winners outside of the field, they're going to return.
No, exactly.
Don't shy away from mental health, my guy. And I love that you're literally wear your heart in your sleeves, and that is such a good thing. Like I said, why do you feel like it's so important to you?
Mental health.
Subject,
You have to have the right mindset to go where you want to go in life. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of my good friends that took the wrong path, and it was due to mental health. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is really important, just because you gotta be here. I always tell people that I'm too blessed to be stressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm too blessed to be stressed. And I'm not gonna lie, I have my days. That I'm down, and it's hard, man. It's a battle. It's a battle every day. It's a battle every day. You can be the happiest guy in the room, but deep down, like, you're not. You know what I'm saying? My thing is that I love seeing people happy. Seeing people happy makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is really important to me, just because, there's a lot in life to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's coaching, whether it's being around your friends, your family members, working, just you don't realize how much you make an impact on people. If like, it's hard to explain that. When it comes to mental health, man, I'm really big on it because it's so important, man. It's so important, and it's not. To me, the message, for mental health is. If you feel like you need to talk to someone, go ahead and talk to someone. It's not gonna make you feel less. It's actually gonna make you look more powerful. Because you're making a difference. You're making an impact, not only to yourself, but you're opening doors for other people to take that step as well. And I feel like that's what I did, because I struggled with depression, anxiety. It sucks. You don't want to be. I wish upon anybody to be in that same mindset, because it's not fun. You know. Luckily, God blessed me with 2 kids. You know, I have a 4-year-old boy and a 4-month-old girl.
4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4, and they changed my life. You know, I didn't know, honestly, to be honest with you, I didn't know what my purpose was being here until I had my kids. You know, and mental health is serious. You know.
And you know what's crazy too, Damian? That like I feel like that isn't taught too much in sports.
It's not.
And I feel like it should. Especially now that like us as older, you know, people that went through a generation where electronics wasn't like a big deal. I feel like now as kids being so sucked into that tablet, you can tell them, you're gonna find those rare gems where like, I don't use tablet. But the majority of kids do. They do. And it's fine. And it's time for us to adjust it. But with that comes a lot of insecurities, a lot of things that you pay attention to. And I just feel like I know you know it, because I don't even have to explain it. Obviously, my playing career wasn't as successful as yours, Damian, but one thing, I felt the lows of sports, and you know, for me, it was like, how am I going to make a difference? This platform is how I make a difference, right? That's one thing that I don't know how you feel about that subject, but for me, I always tell kids, as you get older, man, sports can make you feel like $1 million. But it can also make you feel worthless.
I mean, you see it on the pros too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, that's the reason why when you see in the interviews of the players getting interviewed and they look tired, exhausted, because they're human as well. They're not only famous
robots. So, you know what I'm saying?
Like to us, they're like, oh man, a famous person, famous player.
They got everything.
But man, like, you don't know what they really go through. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, they're human as well. You know, I think a lot of people got to understand is that like mental health can happen to anybody. It can happen to the best soccer player in the world, best basketball player in the world. You know, no, it's something serious to look into, and we have a lot more resources now than we do back then. Than we did back then. I mean, mental health. You know, don't be embarrassed. You know, I think what it is that people get bullied, and they overlook of what mental health is, and they should. I say they should look into it more, just because it's so helpful. It's so helpful, and it's a good resource to have to reach out to someone and talk about your problems, because if you have that build up inside you, you start becoming someone that you don't want to be. You know, and like I said, I experienced it. I lost myself. I'm not gonna lie, I lost myself due to having things build up, because like I said, I always put other people's happiness before mine. But I started realizing that I gotta be happy too. I gotta be happy in order to coach my kids, be a provider for my kids, give advice to whoever wants advice. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is just it's a serious topic that people gotta take serious, especially because you never know what someone's going through. You know?
I always tell Lori, we watched a movie the other day, and it's funny. Hoppers, which you should take your son and go watch it. It's
Hoppers,
so cute.
okay.
Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't.
It's about a dam and beavers and animals.
Oh, I've seen the previews to it.
There's a beaver named George, and he's the king of their pond, right? And Lori clowned me. She's like, that is so you, because the whole movie he's like, I choose to believe there's kind in everybody. And there's a beaver there's an animal telling him like, no, there's some nasty people in this world. No, they're vicious or this. He's like, no, I choose to believe that everybody's misunderstood and there's kindness. And the whole movie, he's telling her, and like that beaver's annoying. That is you right there. And it's hard, Damian, because what you say too, dude. Like, you know, for me, like, I can't help but get emotional too, because I told Lori, like, me and Lori been together forever, dude. And the reason why I believe mental health is so important, because I recall, you know, at my lowest moments was when I was a teenager. That's why I always tell kids, when adults tell you as kids, like, you don't have any problems, you're a kid, like, I'm like, that's the worst thing you can tell a kid. Because I'm like, they're probably problems that we can't relate to, but it's still important to you. And I still recall, and kind of what you say, Damian, like, you want to see other people happy. I still recall, like, looking back at it now as an adult, like, I'm like, man, I was in a scary mental place. No one knew that.
Yeah.
And Lori even would tell me, like, I didn't know you were going through that. I was like, yeah, of course, because when I was going through it, I didn't want nobody to know. So I was always telling jokes, being happy. But when it's that alone time you have is when you get that. And that's why I always tell people, like, it's so important to be like, hey, have friends, have family that be like, hey, you know what, I'm not feeling good today. Let's go walk. Let's go talk. You know, can I call you real quick? And then I think it's also a job of us as people to be available.
Yeah.
Not just be, because unfortunately they're still friends. Not only want to kick it when you have something to do. Oh yeah, bro, let's go do this. Yeah. But it's like, hey, bro, you want to go for a walk and talk? Like, no, you know what I mean? So.
You know, it's crazy when, you know, back onto that mental health thing. Everyone sees me, I'm always happy. I'm always happy. I'm always in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood, you know. Just always the loudest in the room. Always the one smiling.
Yeah.
I was working, you know, and a customer looked at me. And, you know, I work at Nike. So, you know, I'm always, you know, talking to people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm always like, next, you know, hey, how's your day going? This and that. I always happen to put a smile on my face, you know what I'm saying? A lady looked at me. And this is when it all started clicking, you know what I'm saying? She's like, hey, how's your day going? I'm like, I'm good, you know? And she's like, she stood there and paused. And I'm like, you know, it's kind of awkward, you know? And I'm like, are you okay? Like, did I do something wrong? They're like, no, you know? Like, are you okay though? Yeah. That right there. Yeah. That question, are you okay? That right there, I don't think I've never been asked that until that lady asked me. Yeah. And that, when she asked me that question, I just broke down inside. Yeah. Because no one has asked me if I was okay. Yeah. Because everyone assumes I'm okay. Yeah. Everyone assumes that Damian's this, Damian's that. You know, he's always in a good mood. You know, this and that. Yeah. But when she asked me that question, I'm just like, you know, it took a minute. I was like, damn. Yeah. I am. I think. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. You know. So
it's like not even knowing. Like you open that door where you're like, whoa, no one's opened that door before. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah. And that right there, that's when I'm just like. After she told me that, I went back and I broke down. Yeah. I broke down because I had so much built up inside me that I was holding on for so long, or I was just pushing it aside. Yeah. I actually left work just because I had to leave. When I got home, man, I went straight to my room and I just cried. Yeah. I cried. I'm like, dang, am I though? Yeah. And I started just like letting it out. And you know, this is one thing I always want to tell people, kids, especially boys, don't be afraid to cry, man. Oh yeah. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to cry, because crying actually helps out, you know, releasing that stress, but don't be embarrassed. I cried and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I love you. And I explained to her what happened. She's like, what, like, you know, and she's like, dang, like, wow, that's, I didn't know you were going through this, you know? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be, it's fine. And then I think after giving her the word, everybody started calling me. Everyone started checking up on me to see if I was okay. It's crazy, man. You don't know what people are going through, you know, if you don't ask or take the time to, you know, check up on them. So my message is check up on your loved ones, check on the people that you care about, make sure they're okay. Don't assume. Even though if they say that I'm fine,
check up on them just to check up on them. And you know, it's huge about the crime part, Damian. I always tell people, like, we grow up in a situation like, hey, no, you gotta be a boy, be a man, right? Yeah. And I always tell Lori, like, one of the strongest things you can do is showing vulnerability, showing strengths. Yeah. I think it's easier to hold it in, and it's more difficult to let it out because, you know, as Latinos, we don't really get that opportunity to release your feelings. But on that basis, Damian, obviously we're wrapping it up now. But one thing I love about you, and what I love, and you genuinely see it, Damian, and like I said, your impact of how people see you is going to benefit these kids, which God willing later will be like, man, my coach made me feel this way, and then they pass it on to the next one, and that's how you build generations, you change generations. But one thing, Damian, you're a special person, my guy. I don't think I've ever met someone in this life with who has more charisma, who is more like charismatic and loving towards people, dude. You meet someone and they say first impressions are important, dude. You make everybody feel like $1 million. And I love that, dude. And you'll see one person, and I've seen it so much. I remember one time someone told me, they're like, dude, I met Damian like twice, and bro, he talks to me and like says what's up, like if he's known me all my life. And he wasn't saying it in a bad way. And I was like, that's Damian for you. I'm like, Damian is that guy, dude. And you know, it makes people feel good. And sometimes when you feel good, that feeds off, and then you switch it to the next person. So like I said, Damian, that's huge that you do it. I love that you do it, not only for your friends and family, but you do that for the kids, dude.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, you're changing the lives of so many people, dude. So you should be really, really, really proud of the person that you are, and the person that you're gonna continue to become, So, like I said, I'm proud of your coaching journey, Damian, and I'm proud of everything you're gonna accomplish. I love the fact that we've built that relationship where I love when you call me. I know sometimes I'll miss a call, but I'll give you a call back.
Yeah.
But I love that we check up with each other. And you know what I love that goes back, Damian? You're not scared to take advice. You're not like, hey, I know everything, and you're able to hear and listen to things. You know what I mean? And I love it. And like I said, I know you're going to continue to accomplish so much more. I know this conversation is going to help people, but I normally leave the last few minutes to you. If you want to, say anything, any message, anything you want to tell people.
Keep striving for greatness. Be happy that you wake up every day. Just because you don't have everything right now doesn't mean you're gonna get what you're looking for towards, the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own lane, their own success in their own way, their own timing. I just want to say is that just keep on grinding, keep on focusing on getting better every day, staying true to yourself. Don't become someone that you're not, and just give a hand when someone needs it. Don't do it to get something in return. Just do it just because you have a big heart. Do it just because you want to make sure that people are good. That's the way I do it.
I love that.
When I help people, I'll do it just because they're needing for that help. I don't expect anything back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know God has me.
Mm-hmm.
Have your faith, your trust in Him. He answers your prayers.
Yeah, He does.
Just talk to Him, have faith, and make sure check up on your loved ones, and just be a good person. It's not hard to be a decent human being.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just keep smiling.
Yeah.
Keep smiling, and live life to your fullest. That's all I could say. I just want to give a shout out to Marcos. Thank you for having me on this.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for taking the time to, get to know me more for your channel. You know what I'm saying? Marcos is a hell of a guy. I've known him. Sheesh. Kids, man. He used to take care of me. Actually, I actually was spending at his house when I was younger, and just seeing where he's at now is it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Just as long as you have people that care about you, that love you, you can do anything you want. That support system is really important.
I said, dude, it means a lot to me that you were here. Like I said, I'm excited to share this episode with people. And like I said, hey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah.